Alright, today I'll be talking about global warming, more specifically melting ice and rising sea levels. I guess we can start off by saying what global warming is. Global warming is the literal warming of our Earth due to greenhouse gases and the greenhouse effect. Now, greenhouse gases are a sort of compound that enables heat to be trapped inside of Earth, acting kind of like a blanket. So heat comes in and doesn't get out, thus warms our Earth. And this leads me to the greenhouse effect, which is these gases getting trapped in our Earth's atmosphere, causing heat to get trapped in the atmosphere. So I guess we can start off with sea level rise. Sea level rise started at the beginning of the 20th century. Scientists have estimated that Earth's sea level has risen 8 inches since the beginning of the 20th century. Now, in 1992, we started tracking it with satellites that were launched into space in order to track the sea level. The French Space Agency have actually recorded about 2.9 inches of sea level rise averaged around Earth. Three primary factors to sea level rise. We can start off with thermal expansion. And what thermal expansion is when our water heats up, that causes it to expand. So as these greenhouse gases cause Earth to warm, the water warms, causing the water to expand, thus raising Earth's sea level. Now, thermal expansion has actually contributed to about half of the past century's rise in sea level. Now, the second factor we're going to talk about is melting glacier and polar ice caps. Now, naturally, glaciers experience melting during the summer due to higher temperatures, and usually the following winter, the snowfall will replenish all the melted ice. But due to global warming, this hasn't been the case. Rising temperatures have caused summers to get hotter, which causes more extreme melting. And with springs coming earlier and winter starting later, the amount of ice melted through the summer season is more than what can be replenished through the winter season. Moving on to the third factor is ice loss from Greenland and the Antarctic ice sheets. Now, the Greenland ice sheet actually covers an area about as equal to the size of Alaska and has a peak thickness of almost 2 miles. The amount of ice the Greenland ice sheet holds actually has the capability to raise the world sea level by 20 feet. The Greenland ice sheet is located in the Arctic region, which is heating up at twice the rate as the rest of the world, causing it to melt at an accelerated rate. Scientists also believe that the meltwater seeping beneath Greenland's ice shelf, causing it to move out to sea faster at a faster pace, and that rising sea temperatures are causing ice shelves to extend out from the Antarctic shelf to break off into the ocean. Moving on to melting ice, greenhouse gases, we talked about them at the beginning of the video, onto the Antarctic ice sheet, which spans an area larger than the United States and India combined and contains enough ice to raise the world sea level by about 190 feet, though it only contributes to about 0.02 inches per year to the annual sea level rise. The Antarctic Peninsula gave one of the earliest warnings to the effect of climate change in 2002 when increased air and ocean temperatures caused the Larsen B ice shelf to almost completely disappear. That's a 1,250 square mile ice shelf that had been stable for thousands of years, suddenly just disappear in about a month's time. How does melting affect us? Ice melting contributes to sea level rise, and if this trend continues to happen, the sea level will rise, causing coastal ecosystems and actually coastal cities even to just completely disappear. I mean, in extreme measures, you could see half the coast of California being wiped out from sea level rise. Not to mention if the Antarctic ice sheet melts, that's all gone, and that is a complete ecosystem wiped out from Earth. Other places ice melting has affected us. Over 80% of the snow caps of Kilimanjaro have melted since 1912. Scientists believe the Himalaya glaciers could be completely gone by 2035 because of how fast they are currently melting. A conclusion: change needs to be made. If we don't stop what we're doing now, sea level rise could become extreme, ecosystems could be knocked out, people's homes could be taken away. We can look at modern examples of Hurricane Irma and what that did, not necessarily melting ice, but a storm surge due to global warming. Storms become stronger, destruction becomes worse, and we need to do something. How can we be a part of this? Something as simple as recycling or even driving a hybrid to reduce greenhouse effects. The government needs to do something. The EPA needs to withhold its policies on factories and big firms. If we don't do something, our Earth could be gone before our kids graduate high school.